And I'ma sip on this bug of my dog on. The dog on these niggas like I'm Waldo. And bitch, we gon' stay with the juice till the song on. Ruthless.
Yo, what the F is up? Welcome to the Effin Football Podcast. What episode is it? Who freaking knows? Who effing knows? You guys
Who's counting?
Who's counting anyways? You know, we're counting on our legions of followers to check in, you know, whenever we post. You know?
Don't forget to like it and share it with your friends and family.
Well, what I was going to say is don't forget to just like it, period.
Share it with the people you love.
Yeah, exactly. Your friends, your family. You know, you're going to be the hit of your Thanksgiving dinner if putting Effin Football Podcast on the big screen instead of the Cowboys or Lions game, you know what I'm saying?
Clearly. Obviously.
Clearly.
So what are we doing today? What's going on?
So this is our prediction episode. Hey, so fucking A, do you guys feel like I feel, man? Like, I cannot wait until the fucking season kicks off. You know, it is Friday?
You got 6 days, right?
Friday, August 31st.
Thursday is when it kicks off. And yeah, man, this is going to be division-winning predictions. What team's going to win each one. And we all got to have a surprise pick. We all think we kind of know the same ones, but you got to have, every year there's one that comes out of nowhere. Like some team like the Jaguars, I don't know, like where they come from. These are surprise division winners, so.
Like a surprise division winner.
Yeah, like a surprise. Like one that you would be unsure of.
I don't know.
You're not going to have any upsets. No,
I'm just going to go with my rankings.
I guess it's all subjective.
I'm a little bit upset with you right now.
Because I just brought that
bringing
up?
this on me, yeah, dude. Like,
well, yeah, think of a team right now.
I mean, you just put it on me, plus you told me that.
I know you like the first part, but not the second.
Yeah, so we're out here, like, we're in a good fucking time because the season's about to kick off. So, you know, we're going to get it rolling with a, with a little prediction show. So, you know, let's just fucking jump right into it.
NFC West?
NFC West.
What do you guys got? What's your team?
I think this might be the easiest one out of all the divisions to pick in all of football.
Is it?
Yeah, dude. LA Rams, man. I'm going LA Rams fucking 100% of the way, you know.
Okay. All right. You can't go wrong. It's the safest pick, obviously. They got more talent on defense. They already had an explosive offense last year. You got, Todd Gurley was leading the way. Just re-signed Aaron Donald on the D. So it's Marcus Peters
on the D.
On the D.
Is that what they gave him in the contract?
Yeah. That's why they're going to be so good.
Sounds like a shitty contract to me, man.
Literally.
Yeah, literally. Probably smells bad.
Yeah.
But no, you just expect more of the same of the Rams. You have no reason to think they'd be any worse. And they were pretty damn good last year.
You got year 2 of Sean McVay. You have a legitimate quarterback in Jared Goff. You got Todd Gurley, who might be the best running back in the NFL. It's definitely debatable. He's in the conversation, though. I think they upgraded wide receiver with Brandon Cooks. They got a really good left tackle. Their defense is their defensive line is sick. Michael Brockers, they brought on Ndamukong Suh. Of course, Aaron Donald, who just signed up.
Fat deal.
Fat deal. It's a
Huge.
fat D.
PH fat.
Huge.
Fat D. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And they got a fat D. Their D's dope. Plus, they got some sick corners. Aqib Talib.
Marcus Peters, too, man. They're huge.
I wish I would have made a Talib quality joke there instead of saying Aqib Talib. As soon as I said it, I was like, I missed that opportunity.
Now, you got Wade Davis, too. Like, his defense has literally been gold everywhere he's gone.
Wade Davis, the relief pitcher?
Yeah.
Phillips?
Oh, wait.
All right, that brought to you by Coors Light.
Sorry, I dropped my tie.
This is like when fantasy baseball merges with fantasy football.
Yeah.
That's what happens. Wade Davis, Wade Phillips.
Well, it's legal now.
Yeah, you can pay for it.
Yeah. Usually got to go to Taiwan to get that sort of action.
I think the Rams will win it. I think they're probably going to be the most interesting team in the NFL this year. But I think the 49ers are going to be right there. They're probably going to be second, but I think they're going to be super competitive. I'm really interested to see what their offense does. Kyle Shanahan paired with Jimmy Garoppolo. They have all this time, all this training camp. to get familiar with the offense. I don't know how their defense is going to be. I don't know if I can name any single defensive player on that team.
There was the guy they drafted last year in the first round. I want to say.
They got
I can't even
DeForest. They have
tell you.
DeForest Buckner.
DeForest Buckner. There you go.
And then
Richard
outside of
Sherman
that-
they signed, I guess.
Richard
But I
Sherman.
haven't heard great things out of camp with the way he's performed. So, I mean, you don't know if
He
it's going to be the
seems
same
confident.
Richard.
I
Well,
think
Richard Sherman, of course, he's
What-
confident.
Is
but-
that your pick for the division winner?
it's not my pick.
All right.
I think the Rams are going to win.
Well,
but
let's-
I'm
let's-
really
I'll go with the
interested-
surprise pick.
I'm
would be-
interested. Like,
What
the
about
49ers
Arizona? Arizona, you think?
No, or Arizona's
No,
going to be.
dude.
bad.
What if
No, no.
somehow, some magical way, Sam
Why are you
Bradford is
mentioning-
healthy all season? What if some possible way?
I would rather have Josh Rosen in there.
Who knows? I mean, eventually he's going to come in there. But
Yeah.
like, honestly,
Well,
that would
but
be
how
my
bad is he gonna
surprise.
You have David Johnson and
He said
Larry
eventually he's
Fitzgerald.
gonna come in there.
Yeah, I mean, they're still decent on defense too. I mean, I really
Why are you
think
mentioning the fucking Cardinals before the Seahawks? And by the way, like,
because
I
I'm
think
talking
the
about my
Seahawks are
surprise
gonna be a
team.
lottery
I'm
team.
talking about
We
my
gotta- we gotta
surprise.
get
Where I'm like,
organized.
you know what? I don't think the Cardinals are going to be as bad as
we're
people think they are.
taking the wrong structure here, man. We got to go division winners, and when we wrap that, we pick our 2 wild card teams. So that would be like what you mean by surprise team.
Wild
you know what I'm
card from
saying?
each conference.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll pick the division. We're picking the playoffs. You know what I mean?
I say every division we do a wild card, just like one where it's
No,
like,
no,
I
no,
don't
no,
think
no.
so. I don't think so.
No, no, no.
You actually want to pick the wild cards that are going to win the
Yeah,
wild
dude,
card
we'll pick the division winners, and then we'll pick the 2 wild cards. You know, what I mean, that makes way more sense, right? You can tell we structured this podcast hella well.
Hey,
So-
you're along for the ride just as we are.
Hey,
Hope you're having a
it's-
good time.
It's San Diego. It's organic.
Dude, it's sustainable.
Yeah,
It's
seriously.
Gluten free,
Feel true.
no GMOs. It's CCOF certified.
Yeah.
Holla at your boy. So, like,
Hey,
I picked the Rams. Like, is that your pick?
You know what? Yeah,
got-
I'm
we
going to
got
do the upset.
shot.
I'll do the upset. I'm just going to say the Cardinals. I really think they're going to show up. They're going to show up.
What? Wow.
Get ready for it.
That's an effing hot take, man. I just don't see it. I love David Johnson. They were so bad last year.
Tyler,
Their
when you
defense
cut, when you
isn't
cut
good,
your
like-
hair, yeah.
Did he lose part of his
I lost some brain cells, is that what you're saying?
The rest of it, he's got the NFC East and South and North and the West is
the
good.
West
He lost the West knowledge.
It's unaccounted for.
It's unaccounted for.
I
I'm
didn't know
saying
what
now,
was
there's a
happening.
lot of new pieces in LA. There's a lot of different personalities in
know
that
what was
locker
happening.
room. Like, if they lose a couple games, is people going to start getting mad at each other? I don't know. They play
So-
the Raiders week 1. That's going to be a tough game. I mean, like,
Well, I appreciate you saying that.
I give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to say they're not going to be a pushover.
It's in Oakland too. Yeah, it's not the easiest game.
Road game.
John Gruden's been saving all of his
And-
plays for week 1.
Jared Goff, Todd Gurley haven't played at all this preseason.
That's
There you
true.
go.
That's true. I don't know how big of a deal that is. I know people make a big deal about it. They get plenty of reps in practice. It's just like you don't want these guys to get hurt. You know what I'm saying?
And Jared
I
Goff,
understand that.
Jared Goff was really good last year, but you haven't seen like this huge, I don't know, like amount of games you played where he's
He may have
consistent.
had.
He doesn't
may
have a
had
huge
his-
sample size.
He may have had his
Exactly.
worst year and his best year back-to-back years.
Well, he's got 2 years, so
You
of
know,
course that
Col-
makes sense.
What Colin Cowherd always says is take a quarterback's worst year and take his best year and throw him out, and the rest of the years, that's who he is
That's
as a
what I'm
player.
saying. might
So
be
he always
somewhere in the
uses
middle.
like Cam Newton or Matt Ryan as an example. So we'll see where, like, you know, I could see Goff having a regression, you know, similar to how Carr was, you know, an MVP candidate 2 seasons ago and then had a regression last year. But I think he's in a good place to not have that regression because Sean McVay is, like, you know, one of the great young offensive minds in the league, and he's got a support structure in terms of talent.
But honestly, you haven't seen a big sample size from McVay either. It's not like
True.
you've seen him
Yeah,
put
true.
together 5 years of winning as a head
Yeah.
coach.
How many games did the Rams win last year?
10.
10.
No,
I would-
11. excuse
11.
me,
I was
11
gonna
and
call
5.
them an 11 win team this year, but
I think that's fair.
I could see them regressing.
Well, here's for sure. Like,
But I think they'll be the best in the division.
one thing's for sure. Like, no one is going to be able to block Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh at the same time.
Yeah, that's a fucking. And Michael
That's
Brockers, man,
that's
that is
ridiculous.
That's the best.
Michael Brockers is no slouch.
Between
either.
them and the Jacks, it's a really tough call on who's got like.
It's
Those
like-
are some stat. They're talking stacked. This-
No, it's ridiculous. I mean, the rest of the division, the quarterbacks should be running for their lives. That's something that they can count on. That's only going to make their secondary better. And, I mean, their offense shouldn't have a huge drop-off. It seems like it's their division to lose. We'll see if they can be, like, a transcendent team. Like,
What-
their talent.
Honestly, like if Ndamukong Suh comes back as dominant Ndamukong Suh, like there's no way.
Do you think
Like,
he was
that's-
slouching in Miami?
I mean,
Totally.
I don't think he was passionate about
with
the
all the
game.
money and they're
But
not
even-
winning
even
and they
when
have
he
crappy
was-
quarterback play.
And you're living in Miami, so
And you're living in Miami.
Even with that,
When I was living
he
in
was
LA,
still
so-
winning plays every down, and he played every snap.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
That guy is a beast.
He's still a beast.
Yeah.
You know, you don't see the sort of sack production, but that you don't see that at defensive tackle outside of a player like Aaron Donald, who is transcendent. You know what I
The
mean?
two best interior linemen right next to each other.
Yeah, that's scary. But
It's
you know,
insane.
in their 3-4 system, Donald plays a lot of defensive end. You know,
Yeah, here and there.
which a 3-4 end is kind of like interior, but
yeah, I'm
You
sure
know.
it's all about, you know,
Sue will play nose
down situation, everything. I mean, Aaron Darnold could probably move all across the line and be dominant.
So we could talk about a fun team like the Rams all day, but why the fuck do you think that the Cardinals are gonna win the division?
Honestly,
Can you name the reason? Like you said, Sam Bradford for a whole year. I don't know, man.
I think
Sam
their offense
Bradford.
could actually be decent. If you look at Sam Bradford at the beginning of last year, he played well. Like, he hasn't played that bad. I know he's fragile. And even if he does get hurt again and he doesn't play well, Josh Rosen's going to come in, and I think he's one of the better of the quarterbacks that came out. He just seems like he's going to grasp the NFL game the quickest. So
He's smart.
yeah, he's a smart dude. And, like, their defense is still solid. I'm saying it's an upset, but every single year in the NFL, there's an upset. There's just some team that comes out of nowhere, and you know, that's the team I think could do it. That's my dark horse, you could say. So,
Here's my hot take. I think that Sammy Baugh has a better chance of staying healthy this year than Sam Bradford.
over under 6 games is probably the best.
Sammy Baugh's in hell.
Man, that guy was a legend though, man.
Yeah.
See, they used to two-way players.
Back when black
Plus-
people didn't play.
Plus, that's a good point. You really Babe Ruthed it there.
Yeah.
That's a Daniel Toss joke, like,
slinging Sammy
like,
Baugh.
babe, how are you gonna do when fucking CC's on the mound throwing 92 mile per hour sliders at you? CC Sabathia. All right, there's already been officially too much fucking baseball talk on this podcast.
It's time to move on. It's
Fair
time to move
enough.
on.
Yeah. All right. So, are we gonna go north or south from here?
Let's go north.
Oh, how many wins for the Cardinals? If you think, and how many wins for the Rams?
Rams, I think they go 11-5 again.
I think 11-5 too.
I think the Cardinals go 4-12.
I think they're the worst in the
4-12.
division. Yeah, I would say they're picking in the top 10 of the draft next year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Because-
that's bad.
because they have a bad offensive line too, right?
They're
So you
just
put
not,
a shaky quarterback behind a bad offensive. It's a bottom of the third of the
They've
league.
lost so much, man. So
They're
much
gonna have a new
personnel,
quarterback
including
and
their
David
coach.
Johnson back this year, so I think that's going to be a huge difference in what goes on there. 'Cause
David
those,
something.
those the biggest offensive weapons they had just disappeared.
That's like the only reason they're not, like potential
0-16.
potential number one pick. Team,
Yeah.
You know.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's true. Well,
that could be a lot of teams in the NFL. So
I say we head to a fun division from
NFC
here.
North.
Okay, we go NFC North. Say NFC South, but we go NFC North.
there's two teams you think about essentially, right? Vikings, Packers.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, straight up.
So
I had to look down. I forgot the other.
the Vikings are everyone's pick. They're loaded on both sides.
Not
They just have
necessarily.
Kirk Cousins. I don't
Not
think they're
necessarily.
going to win the division.
You don't.
I think
Oh,
it's
so
gonna be
here's
the
the hot
Packers.
take.
I think
All
it's
right,
gonna
so
be
he's
the
coming with
Packers.
he's coming with Packers. All right.
I just think Aaron Rodgers, staying healthy, he's on a warpath.
He makes an offense deadly, like straight up. Like when
Yeah.
Aaron
He has
Rodgers is
Jimmy
unstoppable, the whole offense is unstoppable.
Yeah.
And like, there's nothing you can do about it. He's like those perfect throws at the perfect time.
He's
Hail
a-
Marys when he needs them.
He's
Like,
the best quarterback in the league.
He's the
period.
best quarterback. He's got Jimmy Graham, Devontae Adams.
He might be the best
Cobb.
quarterback ever.
Yeah.
Uh,
Most
Talent-wise,
talented
I know the track
quarterback
record.
ever.
Like
Yeah.
he's got
Yeah.
the better track record.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the measurables. Like he doesn't have the hardware, but
The
he's
hardware,
got
yeah.
the talent.
And that's more the franchise's problem than Rodgers. If you stick Rodgers in New England has more rings than they have right now.
yeah, most likely.
That's why
They wouldn't lose last year.
Name
They
one
would've
good
lost that
running
game.
back that's like played for the Packers since Aaron Rodgers. has
Fucking
been around.
good point.
Eddie
He's-
Lacy. Is he the best running back?
That
Aaron
would.
Rodgers
He
said?
probably has the
He
best
probably
year.
is. And,
Yeah, the best 1 year out of any of them.
That's
you know?
insane.
That's yeah. That's not a lot, man. Yeah, they don't do anything. They have a wide receiver back there playing running back. You know what I mean? That's like how bad it is. You know.
Hey, that was impressive. I would say.
I like Ty Montgomery. Yeah,
well
I
done,
like Ty
Ty. Like
Montgomery.
nobody thought that was going to happen.
I like it, man.
You became like one of the top 10 player in fantasy overnight. Like that was crazy.
Of course, Ty likes Ty. How do you feel about him, Ty?
Represent the ties. What do you say, right?
Are you gonna break the tie or what, bro?
I appreciate Ty Montgomery.
Ty Montgomery Burns, like dollar signs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boom.
But you know, they're kind of like the 49ers, where I don't know anything about their defense.
Yeah,
What's
they
going
always
to
seem
happen
to be
with
like.
their defense?
They got Mohammed Wilkerson, I know.
Clay Matthews.
Matthews
he's still on the
is aging.
team, but he's
They
not
put
the
that-
same player.
You just think that Aaron Rodgers doesn't go out there outscore anybody, so like your defense doesn't have to be great because
Pretty much.
Their offense is going to take care of the game, and you just
They did pick up Mohammed Wilkerson in the offseason.
he's a playmaker. He was.
Sweet deal. He's a solid player, but is that enough? Probably not.
How many wins?
I'm gonna say they go 10-6.
10-6.
And I think the Vikings go 10-6 as well.
Oh my God! So I was gonna say the exact same shit. I think they're gonna finish with the same record, and
I
it's
think
gonna
it's
come down to a
it's a
tiebreaker.
coin
And I
flip.
think
It
the
literally is a
I was
coin
gonna say
flip.
the same thing.
Head to head.
Yeah, I was gonna say the exact same
They're
thing.
gonna have the tiebreaker.
And same record too.
Yeah.
10-6. I think both teams go 10-6, and whoever has the tiebreaker takes it. So this is it's very tough to call, but because I've got Rodgers as my pick for MVP this year, and I think when you're having an MVP campaign, like your team finishes first in your division, you know, maybe with the tiebreakers head to head, they probably split, and then it goes to division record. You know, I think they'll just have one game ahead of they'll do one game better in the division and take it. You know.
Oh yeah, don't you know? I'm gonna have to go with them Vikings, eh? Hey, honestly, like they were a fantastic team last year, and they had no
Amazing.
quarterback. No quarterback. Case Keenum.
Oh, Case Keenum
That
had a
was-
good year.
Look at Case Keenum throw. You say Phillip Rivers has a noodle arm.
He-
Case Keenum has an inflatable noodle arm. He has nothing.
He
It's
did
a
really well
hose.
with what he had to work with.
Dude, like
Or I mean,
honestly,
like what he has to work with physically.
and they got Dalvin Cook back as well. Like they
Yeah.
improved at like two of the most important skill positions.
Even their
and they were pretty damn good last year.
even
so
their backup running back is dope.
these.
Latavius Murray has scored double-digit touchdowns in the league before.
I'm not gonna hate on Latavius Murray, but he's not Dalvin Cook when Dalvin Cook.
Oh,
is at
yeah,
his
I'm not
best.
saying that. He
I'm
had a
just
good
saying
season last
they've,
year.
They've made improvements, and so I think that's gonna
It's
actually,
depth.
with their defense, it combines into a really, really just complete team where they can beat you either way. I mean, just what kind of game you want to play, Minnesota will beat you. It don't matter. And I'm looking forward to see what Kirk Cousins does. Like he's
What?
finally in like an organization that wants him. It's got to feel great. Like just like as a mentality going in there, like
Yeah.
hey, like these guys, they sought after me. They fought for me. Not like oh you're just trash. And I think he's really ready in a position to succeed and really want it. And he's got better position like talent around him. I think those wide receivers can go off this year.
What was their record last year?
Good question. Can anybody pull it up for me?
Dolla, can you pull that?
The Vikings?
Yeah.
Let's see.
They were over 10 wins. I'm
So
fairly
here's
positive.
here's my biggest question mark about the Vikings, right? And why? I think they won 11 games. Was it 11 or 12?
Skull.
We're taking a pause.
I spent some time in Minnesota. I love the Packers-Vikings
They were
rivalry.
13-3.
13-3. Yeah, fuck, man. This is an official Coors Light timeout. Stat check.
Stat check.
The Effin Football Podcast is sponsored by cold, delicious Coors Light. When the mountains on the side of the can are blue, you know it's time to enjoy that thing.
That thing.
That
it's also
thing,
time to
that
grab a
thing,
beer.
That thing. That's terrible. Here's
Is it? Alright.
So here's my biggest
Okay,
concern,
you got it,
right?
you got it.
So here's my biggest concern. When does a franchise let a franchise quarterback that they drafted walk out the door? Why did Washington do that with Kirk Cousins? And is Kirk Cousins as good as Kirk Cousins?
It's because it's
Statistically, looks
Washington.
like.
When was the last time Washington was good? Honestly, I think that owner there, Dan Snyder, just didn't think that Kirk Cousins was sexy enough. He didn't run around. He wasn't really like a showy guy. And that's
You like that? What do you mean?
What?
You like that?
Ugh.
Remember that? That was
That's
Kirk
his
Cousins?
thing.
Yeah, that's
You
his
guys,
thing.
you guys both have good points. Washington is totally unstable.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it.
But Kirk Cousins, 26 and 31 over his whole career. He puts up stats. doesn't win games.
See, I didn't know that. And see, that's what you see, like the stats, but no winning record.
That's the thing.
Because he's
And it's
also
not
still
like
in Washington.
It's not like he didn't have weapons in Washington.
Like Terrell Pryor?
Terrell Pryor. Oh, okay. Besides him, I mean, he's had like stable
Deshaun
running
Jackson.
back. Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah, when he was still balling.
He was not still balling. Look
Here
at
goes
Deshaun Jackson's. I'm gonna pull up his
Jordan
record.
Reed, Vernon Davis.
Not
Jordan
balling, but
Reed
he
got
was
hurt.
still legitimate. Like,
Vernon Davis was old. Vernon Davis was super old by the time he
Vernon
got
Davis
there.
is still productive.
He is on the
Yeah, he's
twilight.
productive. I saw a stat
we don't know that. Now
Football Focus today.
Let's see a new quarterback come in and see how productive.
All I'm saying is, like, I agree. Washington never wanted him. Daniel Snyder never wanted him. They never gave him, like, the full reins of the franchise.
I think every single talent position around him is better than anything he's had at Washington ever. Each
Oh, that's
single
a
one.
fact. Yeah,
at
I mean,
any
that's
point
a
in his
fact.
Washington career.
That's a
agree.
fact.
I agree.
We'll see how it plays
I
out.
just want to see. I want to see.
yeah, exactly. Eyeball test. You know what I mean?
You know, I want to
Because-
see how he reacts.
because
Yeah, there's a
I've
lot of
seen-
pressure on him too.
I've seen Kirk Cousins play football. I've watched Redskins games before, and he's never like jumped off the screen like, oh man, that Kirk Cousins, he sure is one hell of a quarterback.
Alex Smith, did he really ever do that for you?
Yeah, he has. Alex Smith had some really good fucking baller ass, but he
I
led
don't
all
think he stands
quarterbacks
out, but he puts his guys in position to make plays. I wouldn't say
Before last year, I would say you're right. You know, Alex Smith is. But last year, he did have a season where he jumped off the screen at you, and you're like,
a couple times. He had its moments.
Alex Smith could possibly be an upgrade for the Washington Redskins. They believe it is.
I think they're just ready to move on from Kirk Cousins. It's been sour from the get-go. And
I mean, that's just my one question mark. Like, if he's a legitimate franchise
Yeah,
quarterback,
we'll see.
Then he doesn't get out the door. It just
He
doesn't
has
happen.
he has
it's never
no
happened.
excuse, and I think he has the most pressure of any player in the NFL
And
on him this year.
That's
he's
an
in Minnesota, man. It's not like he's in New
Yo,
York.
big
with his
13
pressure.
and
No,
3.
He got the fully guaranteed
87
contract.
million. Yeah.
Fully guaranteed contract,
How many years?
new place, 3 years.
3 years. He can get another contract.
And you
in
can
his
get another
career,
one
too.
after this, depending
Yeah,
on how he
crazy.
plays. But like,
He knows this, too.
It's him. It's all him.
He knows that, like,
He's in the
all right,
perfect
he's
position.
like, I just made bank, but this could be chump change for the next contract.
But it's
if
like-
he plays well.
Like you said, I love the contract. What he did was amazing.
Good.
Franchise, because he made baller money the last 2 years getting franchised
Yeah.
2 times in a row.
He's a gambler.
So his 5-year run is like gonna be.
He's been gambling,
He'll
and he's
make-
been winning every year.
He'll make more money over that 5-year stretch than any player in the entire league.
Yeah.
With the last 2 years and then the next 3,
Even with that being said, I still pick the Packers. I pick Rodgers.
I pick Rodgers.
He's magic.
I like the pressure point that you talked about because when you give him that contract and he's
I'm
supposed,
not buying it. I'm
he's
not buying
supposed
the
to be-
pressure.
Well, let's say they get off to a slow start and he's supposed to be the final piece of the puzzle. They're expecting Super Bowl. Like
They
that
are-
is the expectation.
They're expected to come out of the NFC. I mean, them when the Eagles.
Honestly, if they win one playoff game, that's minimum expectance from Vikings. I'm gonna say the Super Bowl is the
After
goal.
last
I
year,
don't think so.
Especially the heartbreak against
Because
New
they're like
Orleans.
Oh, they
Case
didn't
Keenum.
show up that day.
They're like Case Keenum. He's the guy. He's the scapegoat. He's gone.
Yeah, exactly. Who are you gonna point the finger at? The one new guy,
No.
you know?
It's Vikings and Eagles. Those are the top 2 contenders in the NFC.
Exactly. That's supposed to be the top 2 seeds.
The Rams. I mean, yeah, you could say they're like 2 or 3. Like you can put them in there too. But like for the most part,
It's
like,
those two.
Those 2 teams are the most
It's
complete
those two.
teams.
Well,
Alright.
this is a fun division to talk about, but we
Yeah.
could do this all day long, man.
It's pretty much the dominance of a quarterback over a complete team. And
Why
that's gonna
didn't
win.
you guys mention
That's what it
the
is.
Bears and the Lions at all?
Well, here's the thing. I do think the Bears are gonna have
I know,
a bit
you
of they're gonna have a bit of a bounce back
You said
season.
that. I just don't
But
know.
if you're in a division with the Vikings and the Packers, like you're only gonna win so many games.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're gonna have a great record. The Lions are trash. They should have been like a 5-win team last year. They pull wins out of their asses. So
I like Matt
it's really
Stafford,
a 2-team
though.
division.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't.
a
I've had a
two-team
soft
division.
spot for Stafford. For
I
a
do
long
like
time.
Stafford a lot.
That one time, like he got hurt and like it destroyed his shoulder, and then went back in and like threw the 2-point conversion
tough
to win
guy.
the
He's from
game. I was
Texas.
like, all right,
I
I
like
like you.
I do like Stafford a lot.
He's from Texas, you know.
I mean, he looks like he has.
He was-
Not even gonna say it.
He was the catcher to Clayton Kershaw's pitcher.
Okay.
They played.
What are we talking about?
They went to high school together.
Oh, did he catch for Clayton Kershaw?
Yep.
That's a fun fact. That's an effing fun fact.
That's a fun fact.
You heard it here first.
They played football
Folks.
too. Kershaw was a linebacker.
Dude, plus he was the catcher for Clayton Kershaw, and they played baseball together.
They're good
Fun.
buds. They're good buds.
Nobody liked that one?
It was alright. It was
Yeah.
solid.
All right, let's
I've
move
got
on.
mine.
Let's move on.
So we're gonna move on, and we're gonna move down.
The
Right
dirty
south.
south.
We're gonna go down. We're going down.
Rory's gonna go
We're
down
going
on us.
downtown.
The dirty. Jambalaya. I'm talking.
So I'm gonna guess.
Gumbo.
Shrimp and grits.
I was listening to one of our old podcasts, and we were just reaming New Orleans to our.
I love New Orleans.
I love New
I'm
Orleans
making
too.
fun of it.
We love the South, by the way, especially your music.
I have never been there.
UGK, you know
Never
what I'm
been
talking
there.
about. You know, I used to listen to Yin Yang Twins all the time. You know,
Talking
what I
about
mean?
beignets.
Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne's one of the best rappers of all time, man. I love the region, man. And I like the division. Like, I'm looking forward to talking about this
This is a fun
division.
Yeah, it's always a toss up here. Like,
So
how many years was it in a row where like somebody
They would
different won?
switch off.
This
Yeah.
is one of the tougher ones to choose. for
Probably
me.
since Drew Brees got there.
So who wants to shoot their pick first? Who wants to shoot their load? You went first last time, or
I'll go.
I'm not even keeping track.
Yeah, women go first, men
Alright.
come
Fuck the
second.
podcast.
That's okay.
I mean police.
What you got, Dolla sign?
I'm gonna say.
Do you need a Coors Light while you think about
I
this?
got I got a Coors Light.
Hey, cheers,
I'm just-
guys, to football
Cheers.
and Coors Light.
Football and beer.
You know it's cold when the mountains
In
are
beer.
Hey, 6 days to football season, and that's
Dude,
if you
fucking
watch
chop
this
it up,
podcast in the next
Alright,
3
I'm gonna
hours.
say the Carolina Panthers come out on top.
I know you're fucking full of shit.
No, I'm not.
Are you picking the Panthers?
Why? Why? What's your reasons?
All right, yeah, I gotta hear this. I don't even hate it to death,
Yeah.
but I gotta know.
All right. We got Luke Kuechly back. He seems fine.
He's one concussion from dying on the field.
Hopefully not. Like,
That's
Billy-
not funny,
But
but
until then, he's gonna be
Billy
dominant.
Bob. I think their defense is going to be fine. I think Cam got a light under his ass, fire under his ass from what the comments Kelvin Benjamin made.
Oh yeah, he was pissed. Did you?
He confronted
did you
him
see?
in the
Yeah.
preseason game.
Tell anybody on the podcast who didn't see it what happened in this.
Kelvin Benjamin talked shit about how inaccurate Cam was, which is like a fair point, but he tried to say like, yeah, I'm in Buffalo, like they're way more accurate. Okay, but you're gonna play with Josh Allen.
The
and
logic is
AJ
poor.
McCarron.
Very piss poor logic.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what AJ McCarron can do. Anyways, go
Yeah,
ahead.
Panthers and Bills played each other in the preseason. Cam stepped up. He confronted Kelvin. Thomas Davis was like, hey, let me get in there. He's like, Cam was like, nah.
Cam came up to it. He was
He's
jawing
like-
at him. You
he's
can't
like-
hear what they're
he's like,
saying.
no, I got this. And Kelvin
He's
Benjamin,
all up in his
Kelvin
face.
Benjamin walked away.
Yeah, Kelvin
think-
Bennett like a little bee, like a little bitch.
Yeah, Cam Newton looked like the superior male in that situation.
Oh, he alpha mailed him. He went up there and alpha mailed him, man. He big manned him.
Go YouTube it. Go look up this
Yeah.
video.
You gotta check the video.
Cam
And-
stepped up. I think he.
I give props to Cam for that.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I
that was
think that's
that was a ballsy move. He's come up like you know
That was
what?
a Cam Newton.
He didn't say anything. He just went up. He's like, "I'll see you in 2 weeks,
Dude.
whatever," and then went up to his face like, "What's up?"
You would never
Like,
see Kirk
that-
Cousins walk up to somebody.
Probably not.
Ever.
I hope I do actually.
Cam has looked awesome in the preseason. I know preseason.
I love Cam.
Preseason numbers don't mean anything, but like
Yeah.
Norv Turner is the new OC.
And that's an X factor.
Yeah.
I would say that's your number one X factor if you pick.
Yeah, I mean-
put Cam with Norv.
You look at the games he's had. He's like 6 for 9, 11 for 16. You know, his
Yeah.
accuracy has jumped up. You know, I know it's not like, you know, the most.
It's not flashy, but
It's
it's
not the
efficient.
most-
Is that what you're saying? Like,
Yeah, it's and he's not facing like the most like awesome defenses
Dude,
out there. but
Cam Newton is the
he's
look.
looking really good. I think you know Christian McCaffrey is gonna
Love
get
Christian
in there.
McCaffrey.
He's gonna put up
Yeah.
insane numbers.
Well, and they drafted DJ Moore.
DJ Moore looks good.
Devin
I mean,
Funchess is a good receiver.
Funchess, you know, he's gonna take.
I think the
Benjamin's spot.
receivers are C plus. That's my one knock. on
Olsen
him.
is.
I would
old,
give him a bit.
Olsen is old faithful. He's gonna catch balls like every day.
You gotta-
He's saying that just because he drafted him in their fantasy league.
We got a first round.
Well, that's
we
what
haven't
I'm
even
hoping.
talked about the fantasy league.
That's what
But
I'm hoping to.
We got, you got a first round draft pick of receiver. Funchess looks good. Greg Olsen and Cam Newton, I'm pretty sure, share bunk beds together. 'Cause
Probably.
that tight end, like, talk about, like, the tight end. What do they call it? The tight end,
I usually just call it a tight end.
We're talking effing football right now, you know, not John Cena's butt cheeks. Okay.
John Cena.
You know, I saw John Cena at Lazy Acres a couple
That's
months
cool.
ago.
Did you faint?
Nah, man, but
Is that how you know what his butt cheeks look like?
it looked good. He was buying a bunch of water and cases of wine. His cart had there was nothing but water and
That's
wine.
all he does.
I think he's doing some
You gotta detox and then retox.
He's a Christian.
Is he?
That doesn't mean anything.
He's trying to turn one into the other.
That doesn't. That
I
is
don't know.
not. Yeah.
I'm just kidding, man. Like,
Probably
yeah,
not going to work out.
I think the Panthers pick is interesting. I think they're number 3 in the division. How many wins with this pick?
10-6.
10-6.
Everybody's gonna be 10-6. Right? Every division.
Ty's
has
got
10-6.
every team in the league 10-6.
10-6.
It's like when you go on ESPN and they like project all the divisions.
Yeah,
But it's
they're
all
all
different.
2 games apart.
It's all different.
Hey, I
It's
said
all
the Rams are going to be 11-5.
Oh, okay.
It's like it's all different beat writers. So like that records don't add up if you've added all the divisions together.
It doesn't make sense.
Like the overall record of the league is like several games above 500.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like I don't buy the Panthers. Like I like them.
You like him, but you don't love him.
I like them, but I don't love them. I love Cam. I think Cam's the LeBron James of the NFL. You know, he's not as elite as LeBron's level.
What?
I would say
Okay,
he's
yeah,
the
that was a
Westbrook.
trash comment.
I would say he's the Russell Westbrook of the
No, because he's the big man, dude. That when he went and confronted Benjamin and shit,
That's what Westbrook does.
That's some LeBron James.
Brady.
shit, man.
Brady is the
Westbrook.
LeBron James of the NFL, hands down, no
Brady
question,
is,
no argument.
Is a dad
no.
bod white guy, bro. We're not talking track record. I'm talking play style. LeBron James can
style.
just hit the fucking lane like a
Newton
fullback.
is like
And Newton
Westbrook.
can hit the lane like a fullback. No,
Westbrook
Westbrook is
does that.
Westbrook is quick and like, you know, Westbrook is more Michael Vick. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like LeBron James is a power game. Cam Newton is a power game. That's what I mean by my comparison. I'm not talking like, you know, one of the greatest basketball players
Okay,
alive right
thank
now.
you. Yeah, that's what I was like.
I'm not saying in terms of stature. I'm saying in terms of like body type and their style of play. Like that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Fair
I'm gonna
enough.
say maybe
If
LeBron
any-
James hasn't won so many titles, but the guy has been to so many title
Yeah.
games where it's like,
Well,
if you're in the game every single year, like shit.
Let's
right?
say, well, not this year. Let's save that for the Effin basketball podcast, but which we should do one. You know, basketball season.
You could do one.
When playoffs start.
Run solo.
Whatever, motherfucker.
Nobody watches until June.
We can stream games.
You don't watch.
We can stream NBA 2K games of
Hey,
Rory and I playing
someday,
against each other.
someday we're gonna get some followers, and this is gonna stream live.
Sure.
So,
Good for us.
yeah. So, who's your pick, man?
Me, I gotta go
We-
Saints.
We all might have different picks on this.
Hall of Fame quarterback, more well-rounded. Honestly, like I don't know a weak spot on that team. That would say like
So you say Matt Ryan's a Hall of Fame quarterback, or no, Drew Brees?
Drew
sorry.
Brees. Yeah. No, yeah, Drew Brees.
Say,
is
sorry.
I don't
hands
know,
down.
man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know about Drew Brees?
I don't know.
The only guy to throw like multiple 5,000-yard seasons. How many times has he done it?
Like 3 times.
Yeah, ridiculous.
The most in NFL history, I'm sure. And
Come on now.
Yeah, I mean they transitioned more to the running game, but that's only going to help that team. Their defense is way better than anybody really remembers them being. Everyone was like, that was the weak spot. Not anymore. That's not the case. And I don't know. I just feel like there's nothing that you can look at the Saints and be like, they don't do that well. Or I think that might be a problem. But it's like their offense is off the chain. When Mark Ingram comes back, that's only going to add another dimension. And Kamara showed last year he can do everything. Ridiculous. It's like 6.1 yards per carry he averages.
I think he had 7 yards per touch overall if you combine his catches and his runs.
Yeah. and
So
that's-
you would expect,
Which is insanity.
you would,
but you expect
you would
some
expect a regression,
yeah, from that
but
number. Yeah.
still an above average running back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he's
He's a weapon.
He's a top end running back.
Yeah,
But he's not. He's just outside of the conversation of the elites.
yeah. He
Is
just
he
doesn't have a
Ferrari
big
and
enough
David Johnson?
sample
If
size.
he has another season like last year, he's going to be up there easily, top 2.
Yeah, but I think
he
like.
does everything. He's not even just like a running back.
For
His-
sure,
him
but-
as a receiver is.
But you discount Mark Ingram's impact on his production, man. You don't think that that's a real thing, and it's.
I
it's
just
very-
said
it's
when he
very-
comes back, it's going to only help because you're going to be able to move Mark.
What?
He's going to be able to. Kamara's going to be all over the field with Ingram in the backfield.
Dude,
You're
I
not
think-
going to be able to really zone in on anything in particular.
I think in the first 4 games
with Michael Thomas on the outside.
I love Michael Thomas.
Yeah,
I think in the first 4 games
obviously
you're going to see the player that Kamara really is, and I think he's a good
He knows this.
above average player. But I think Mark Ingram opens up a lot of opportunity for him. You know. So.
But yeah, when they're all together on the same page, I don't see the Falcons being complete enough. I don't think they've been the same since, Kyle Shanahan left. The offense not run the same way.
I thought you were going to say 28-3.
No. I mean, in the Carolina, I like them, but I don't trust them. That's mostly it. And then, I'm not going to say their team name. Pucks.
Bullshit.
Exactly. They have no point.
Running for number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, I mean, you should probably just tank the season, do a 76ers, just get the number 1 pick, trade it for a bunch of draft picks, and just rebuild the whole thing. That's
their
what you guys
GM
should do.
just came out and he said, it's
Did he
not
really?
Did
I
he?
didn't know what.
It's not
Dude, I'm proud of him, man.
I mean, by the numbers, NFL, there should be at least a few guys in there that
I think he's really. What do they always
Brave?
say? Brave.
Yeah.
That's what I was taking for.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Coors Light. You guys know.
Yeah, he just came out and said it's not a foregone conclusion that Jameis Winston is going to start the 4th game of the year.
Hey, I love that girl from ESPN, Michelle Beat, I think. She was.
I love her.
Dude. Yeah, Beagle, there it is. She's like.
Beagle.
He's like, the Bucks knew what they drafted when they drafted him. You know what? They got what they buy. And so, they're just
Both
screwed
the
now.
top quarterbacks from that class are underperforming.
Yeah.
Marcus Mariota had a terrible
But
year.
I think right now the Bucks would rather.
I'd rather have Mariota. I'd much rather.
Absolutely.
You never had to worry about this shit with Mariota.
No, not at all. Mariota's if Mariota was played for the Rams, I think he would look just as good as Jared Goff. I think if not better. I think he would look just as good as Jared Goff. They're very similar styles of player. I remember Jared Goff at Cal, man. They're very, one was an elite quarterback in college. You know what I mean? One was the best quarterback.
Was pretty elite.
He was the best quarterback available. But if they both came out in the same class, Mariota would go before Goff.
Jared Goff, I mean, if the team was better, he would have been.
Didn't Mariota win a Heisman?
Yeah, but he would have been in Heisman contention if the team was better. The team was shit. He put up numbers.
Yeah. I think if you put him in the right system, he's really good. Jameis Winston just seems to make really bad mistakes like he did in college.
Jameis Winston is a dumbass.
Yeah.
He's not going to be around for too much longer.
I would say last year he threw out his shoulder too, so I think that really set him back.
We're spending too much time talking about garbage teams. In this
Yeah,
section.
we're gonna move on. I said I wasn't gonna say him, and here we are. But yeah, Saints is my pick. What you got?
How many wins? 10-6.
10-6.
They're going 12-4. I mean, I think they'll lose a couple games in the
I
division.
think the Saints are going 12-4.
12-4.
That's what you're telling me.
Okay.
I don't see any reason why not.
What we should pull up is who these divisions are playing this year.
I mean, the Saints are gonna have the first place schedule, but is that every year the NFL?
Really,
I don't care about schedule.
We're really putting in the legwork on this podcast. I
care about heart.
I had a tough time picking for this one. I'm going to go with the Saints as well, but I had the Falcons right there. I do think Matt Ryan and the team is going to have a bounce back year this season. I think they were devastated by that Super Bowl loss last year. And they really,
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
You mean the worst loss in the history of the NFL?
Yeah, but last season is what I mean. That was the hangover.
Oh, I see.
They were devastated last year by that Super Bowl loss. I didn't phrase that properly. What did you say?
Commas.
I'm just saying the worst loss in NFL history.
Oh yeah, worst loss in the history of sports.
Yeah, it's up there.
28-3, third quarter, end of the third quarter.
I mean, you could put the Seahawks against the Patriots in that
Oh
game.
yeah,
but
that's
honestly,
one play.
That was a competitive game. It wasn't like the Seahawks blew it.
Could have gone either way, Plus the Seahawks had just gotten that amazing catch. Tyler Lockett.
That
bounced off his arm. They're almost lucky to be down in that position in the first place.
Jermaine
Kearse, yeah. That would have been the play of the game. That would be what everybody talked about from that Super Bowl, and a lot of people forget that catch.
It would have been one of the greatest plays in that. It would have been like the David Tyree catch.
Not quite on the same level, but if they would have had it in a beast mode.
Yeah,
and won their second.
I think that play destroyed that franchise.
It did. It totally destroyed the locker room.
Yeah, everybody
lost him after that.
He lost him.
Lost him, man. Never could be the same team again. And it's what's so stupid. They had a timeout, and they're on the one, and they
get it. You overthink it, man.
And they have
Anybody that's at a fantasy football
At
team
least
has
try-
overthought a lineup once.
At
And
least try it once up the middle.
and also just
You
hand
gotta
off to
sign
Marshawn Lynch and see what happens, and then you got 3 more plays to do something cute.
Unbelievable. Yeah, so, back on topic, I picked the Saints. I think they're like, an 11-5, 12-4 I can see. I'll put them at 11-5.
Panthers.
So, yeah, it's going to be a fun competitive, competitive
Is that what they
division.
have down there? Yeah.
What was that?
Go check out the drums on the Panthers.
He's only got one move.
That's all he's got.
That's a good move. Check out the Panthers drum. It just says "pound it" with
Oh, yeah, it does.
A cat on it, if you want to refer to it as a pussy.
What was that, like a Wolverine? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
NFC
Michigan?
East.
NFC East.
NFC
More
East.
like NFC least, am I right?
Might be the best division in football.
No.
I'd go NFC South.
Oh my
It's
God.
one of the most competitive.
It's the one
Oh my
division
God.
everybody in America always has to watch, but somehow nobody cares.
I
But we
hate
have
watching
to.
that.
We have to watch the Eagles. We
The
have to watch the
Cowboys
Cowboys. We have to watch the
so
Redskins.
shitty.
Maybe I've been brainwashed by the Sims and Lefko podcast.
It's
but
that
they
East
fucking
Coast
love
bias.
NFC
Everybody
East.
else in the world has
The
to
Cowboys
deal
are
with
gonna
it.
be so shitty.
Well, they got the Super Bowl. I don't think so, dude.
No,
I don't think so.
They're gonna be
Ah.
bad. They're gonna be bad. They're not improved.
You're gonna have.
The offensive line is worse. The receivers are worse. I don't think that Lawrence. is
They
gonna
have
beat
still the
fucking-
best offensive line in the league. Number one, they're gonna have a running back who will contend for the rushing title. If he plays every game, he'll probably win it. Yeah, they lack depth at wide receiver, but Dak Prescott has proved more than a serviceable quarterback.
He is barely.
Luke Kuechly.
more
If
than a
Sean Lee
serviceable-
can stay healthy, it's the same thing as Luke Kuechly.
Who are the
dog.
cornerbacks?
Like,
Who's their DBs?
they have some talent that they've been garnering on the off. It's the same. A lot of teams, man. There's holes on the defense. You're like, oh, the Saints are a complete team, but how many players can you actually name from their defense?
You know what? You're right, but
Cam Jordan, and then after that,
Marshawn Lattimore.
Marshawn Lattimore, great player.
fantastic player.
And then who else?
You know what?
Jonathan Vilma.
Oh.
I had no idea.
Scott Vegeta.
You're talking old.
Vagina?
No, I was like,
Vagina?
dude, I was like, Jonathan Vilma.
You still around?
I was like, he's gotta be old.
All right, NFC East. It's pretty simple. It's the Eagles' division to lose. I think they're going 12-4. I think Wentz might miss the first game or two, but I think they're going to be fine. And I think that
Yeah.
It's funny, it's a big deal right now, kind of feels like, but they
it
won the
feels like
Super Bowl
huge,
without him.
It feels like,
Right?
Like, everyone's all like, oh my
Nick
God.
Foles played the best game of his life that he'll ever play in his entire life.
yeah, I mean, Foles is definitely coming down. Like, there's no question about that. But
Because he took E.
he's coming down.
He's coming down.
MDMA. Yeah, he's fizzing.
You don't want any of this.
I think they're going 12-4. They're going to be fine. I think Wentz is going to be back to form. Have a lot of guys coming back on offense and defense. I think the division is shit. I think the Redskins are going to be the second best team and, put up a fight. But I think the Eagles are going to dominate and head right to the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, it's Eagles. It's Eagles, and I think they might have a better record than that. I think that they'll go like 13-3.
Okay.
I was gonna say 14-2, but if Wentz does miss a couple games, they could possibly lose those. I think
Okay.
they're the cream of the crop in the NFC. They're the best team.
The creme de la creme.
Plus, like you got, you roll off that confidence. You know what I mean? Of just winning
Super Bowl champs.
one of the best Super Bowls that I've ever watched. It was super fun to watch.
People talk about the Super Bowl hangover. Carson Wentz isn't going to have that. If anything,
Oh.
he's more fired up now than ever. He wants his.
He wants to
Wentz.
prove
He
it.
wants
Yeah,
his.
he's sitting back thinking, I led that team all year to this high MVP conversation, and all this and that, and he's wearing that ring, but I'm fucking guaranteed that it doesn't feel.
Yeah, it don't feel like his
Super Bowl
ring.
ring. You know what I mean?
I tell you, me and
So-
Jack had to put on a Super Bowl ring the other day.
You sent me a picture. I was like, where the fuck is this from? And there's a Farm Fresh booth in the background. I was like, what's going on with this shit?
Whose ring?
I don't mean
It was a center for the 49ers.
49ers, yeah.
He came up. He used to play at Stanford with John Elway, and then he got drafted by Green Bay, and then signed. and we were talking about
So that
fantasy
was
football.
that
and-
was your hand that
yeah,
it was on.
well,
I was
it
like,
was
this
Jack's hand, but I wore it too. I just took a picture with Jack's. I don't care. I wore
They
it.
were holding hands. So
They were holding- I wore a Super Bowl ring last week. What's up? But yeah, it was dope.
The best hand model in the business.
That's a good reference. That's
bringing it
funny,
back.
dude. That's funny.
Only 90s kids will understand.
Yeah.
That's it. But yeah, it was cool. But yeah, I mean, I hope the Redskins make it interesting. I think the Cowboys are one-dimensional. Ezekiel Elliott's going to have to be great for that offense to be good. Like, they need him to be everything. I don't know. I'm not really the biggest fan of who else we got. The Giants. I hope they're exciting, honestly. Like, I want to see Saquon Barkley making plays, OBJ making plays. I want to see, Evan Ingram grow into one of the better tight ends in the league. But
I think that will happen, but I don't think they're going to be a good
you don't think they're good enough to be
No.
competitive?
No.
I don't think their offensive line's good enough. And I don't think the Cowboys are going to be bad because anytime you have an elite running back and the best offensive line in football, like, if 8 wins would be their floor. If 8 wins is bad, then they'll be bad. But, like we were saying earlier,
I'd put it at 7. I would. They were
7,
not
8.
fantastic last year. They weren't overly impressive.
I don't know, man. Dez wasn't playing well. Like, it's not like they've downgraded a wide receiver. Jason Witten was on.
It's not like they
last
upgraded.
legs.
It's not like they upgraded.
Well, Ezekiel Elliott for a full season, not facing suspension. So, that's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Behind the
Anyways.
best offensive line in football.
I think it's unanimous Eagles, though.
Unanimous
The
Eagles.
Super Bowl champs. How can you say no? What would
All right,
be dumb?
so who are your wild cards, Welty? Give us your division.
NFC?
No, give us your division winners one more time, and then your wild cards.
So wild card from each division.
Ooh, rank them.
Rank them. Who? The
The
division?
seeds. Yeah, rank your seeds, and then give us the 2 wild cards after.
Saints 1,
Give me your
Vikings
seed.
2, Green Bay would be 5. I would put.
Go in order.
Well, I'm just thinking division, man. I'm going division by division.
Here, look. Here's the divisions.
Perfect. I mean, the Eagles will be 3, I think.
So start from the top. You said who's 1?
Number 1, I got Saints. Number
Saints.
2, I got Vikings.
Vikings.
Number 3, I got Eagles.
Eagles.
Number 4, I mean, I had to go with the Cardinals. I think they're going to squeak out of a tough division.
Yeah,
Crazy.
that's crazy.
Upset of the year. You heard it here first.
Yeah, well, they have to be 4
the last
because they're
one-
division winners.
I'll go
So
with
you got Packers 5.
Packers 5. I'll
Yeah.
go Atlanta 6. That would be. I
Atlanta
think
6.
Atlanta's going to make some plays. They're going to be better on offense.
What do you think, Dolla?
I'm going to say Eagles, 1 seed, Rams 2.
The same thing that happened last year is going to happen this year. is that-
Packers 3. Let's see. Yeah, Panthers 4. Vikings 5. Niners 6.
Oh, you got the Niners getting it squeaky.
Got the Niners.
Weekend, Jimmy G
Squeaking.
believer.
Squeaky clean.
Jimmy
All right.
G squeaking in there.
So I'm gonna have the Eagles as my top seed. I'm gonna put the Saints at number 2. Number 3, I'll put the Rams. Number 4, I'll put the Packers. I think that's gonna be a competitive draw between them and the Vikings. I'll put the Vikings at 5.
What's your wild card? What's exciting?
Vikings?
at 5.
Vikings at 5. Atlanta at 6.
That's solid. That's
Hot
solid.
Atlanta.
I think those are the 6 best teams in the conference.
You don't have any upsets. You got nobody that's going to come out of the shadows that surprises everybody.
Maybe in the AFC, not in the NFC. Like, there's not.
Yeah.
This is about predicting who you think is going to win the division, not predicting fucking upsets and like putting the Cardinals in there for no reason.
Cardinals
That's
got
stupid
playmakers. They do. They're not as bad as you think they are.
Playmaker. They have David Johnson. What do you mean playmakers? Who are
I-
the other playmakers? Do you want a beard?
Larry Fitzgerald's a playmaker. I think the quarterback's going to be far better. I
Larry
think
Fitzgerald is 34 years old.
they got Kirk, and I think he's been making plays a lot of
Oh,
preseason.
Christian Kirk. I like the draft pick. I did like
I'm
Christian
going to
Kirk.
say I think it's going to be a better team. And I think it's going to be a tight division. And for some reason, I don't know.
That's not all. It's going to be tight.
Well, and after I'm done with
I
it,
need all
is-
pros.
and I need all hoes.
Yeah. Do you? You're in a
No.
serious committed relationship.
I'm a serious relationship. I do not need any hoes. Please stay away.
He's got no hoes in different area codes.
Yeah.
Area code.
I love you, baby. You're the one girl for me.
All right. Do you want to wait for Ty Dolla $ign on his officially licensed Coors Light pee break, or?
Well, we'll just kick it off. I mean, might as well get it started. We go west to east because West Coast is the best.
I'd rather go the reverse order so we can save our division for last.
Go ahead. Then you kick it off.
All
You're
right,
gonna surprise us with this one crazy random pick that's coming out of nowhere.
We're gonna go east to west, and this is my big upset.
Shut up.
Taking Miami. Just kidding.
This is the dumbest division to choose. It's New England. It's been owned by New England since I was like 11 years old. Like straight up. What am I?
We all know what's happening in this division. The Patriots, not only.
Okay, like what scenario happens where they don't win? Like how does that have to happen? I mean, does Sam Darnold have to come out?
Tom Brady gets injured.
Okay, that's it.
If Tom Brady gets injured, they don't win the division. That's the scenario.
They might still. They might still.
I don't believe so. Well, who's their backup quarterback now?
I don't know.
They gave away all of their good backup quarterbacks they had been stashing. In fact, like I would effing guarantee the Patriots will win that division. Like that team is built.
Who is your second place?
So here's our hypothetical. Who wins the AFC East, by the way?
Pats.
Who's second place?
So here's the hypothetical.
Jets.
So
okay.
let's say
Sam Darnold. He's been sucking that Sam Darnold D.
I like Sam Darnold. I like Sammy D. He's not
Teddy
as
Bridgewater
good as
better.
Sammy Bach. I agree.
Yeah.
I like Teddy Bridgewater. The Saints scored with that trade.
It's pretty nice.
The Jets scored with that trade.
The future.
They didn't even. They didn't even have to pay him.
They paid him $1 million.
So that's okay.
They got a third-round pick for him.
Jets, well played.
So here was the hypothetical we were running. Like, Tom Brady gets injured week 1, then who wins the division?
How injured? Like missing?
He's out for the season. His career's over.
The Jets.
Every single team is going to have a different quarterback playing. You really don't even know what they're going to do.
I'm going to say the Jets.
I'm gonna go with Buffalo.
I was going to go.
They made the playoffs last year, and all I've heard about Josh Allen is nothing but a bunch of positive shit. A bunch of positive shit.
I would say Buffalo because I mean,
like you don't like it, but he likes it.
I don't know.
And plus, he enjoyed the pick too.
as well.
I was talking about having sex with these guys.
Indeed. Toes.
Yeah, alright, so should we just fucking get the fuck out of this
Let's
division?
get out of here.
We fucking I hate the Patriots.
So we go north first, right? AFC North?
Yeah, because last time we went north first, so we're gonna go south.
Reverse order. There we go.
Reverse cowboy.
Alright,
That's what it's called. That's my
On that note, I'm gonna go with the Texans.
That's my nickname for JJ Watt.
Reverse cowboy. Every pick
They
six
call me
weekend.
reverse cowboy.
That was fantastic.
Who do you got, Welty?
I'm going with the Texans with the reverse cowboy. Deshaun Watson, if you stay healthy, you were a phenomenal quarterback last year. One of the best wide receivers in football. I mean, a solid running back in a defense that, if stays healthy, is dominant. Tyrann Mathieu joined. I mean, they got those pass rushers. They're both healthy, like are kind of unstoppable. Maybe not unstoppable, but just it's the same thing the Chargers have. I don't know.
Really better. I like the Chargers combo better. I'm not gonna. But if Jadeveon
One more time. Try it
David
again.
Brownie.
If Jadeveon Clowney, if Tim
You gave me
Brown
a
ever
brownie?
reached his ceiling, if Jadeveon Clowney ever reached his ceiling, it'd be a very scary individual. But right now, Joey Bosa is the better player.
Totally.
But JJ Watt's better than Melvin Ingram, so it's a tough debate.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, tough debate. Very
We'll
close.
see. We'll see how he is after injury.
Yeah,
I think Joey Bosa
alright.
is going to be in the running for top 3 for
Depoy.
defensive player of the year. So.
D-boy.
And I fucking hate the Chargers.
He's
so.
a jack boy.
Well, when you got that good pass rusher to complement, we're not to the AFC West yet.
No, I'm going 11 wins for the Texans. I think their offense is going to score a bunch of points, and I think the pass rushers are going to be let loose when other teams are trying to catch up.
How loose?
You know, I mean,
The juice is loose.
that one time I met your mom.
How I Met Your Mother, great series.
Yeah.
Great series.
That one time Dolla
That
met
was-
well, never mind. This is going inappropriate. I'm sorry.
No, again.
I'm sorry.
I don't give a fuck.
I
I don't give a
apologize.
fuck. This guy dates my sister. I do not give a shit. So, we never put a win total on New England. What do you got?
They win 12 games every year.
12 games, I would say 12.
I'm gonna say 13-3.
13-3, boom, yeah, so we got to move to the lead. And
Bold move.
So you have the Houston with 11 wins?
11 wins.
I like Deshaun Watson a lot, man.
I love Deshaun Watson. I do.
But when we talked about small sample size earlier with Jared Goff,
Yeah.
like, this is as small of a sample size as you can fucking...
But Jared Goff did not look like Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson looked like Superman, but is that sustainable? Is that who he is, or was he on a good run? Is he like a really good quarterback who had a great run, or is he
Will Fuller can run.
Because what he...
Sometimes he can't catch, but that guy can run. And yeah, like honestly, Hopkins...
DeAndre Hopkins was
could easily be the best wide receiver in the NFL. We just never seen him with that talented quarterback. Like, he could easily be that guy. So, like, that guy could get 120 catches. Deshaun Watson, 4,700 yards, rushing for 10 touchdowns. It's very possible. That's what I think.
That's in play.
Yeah.
Kids in play.
I'm gonna say
kids into this.
I'm gonna say the Jaguars repeat. I think that their team is solid. They're bringing back like pretty much everyone.
They got lucky because Houston got hurt. They got lucky. That's
all
it is.
No, that was fortunate. But I think that they have a solid team. Blake, obviously, it always comes back to Blake Bortles.
Oh. Talk about a team that should have traded for Teddy Bridgewater.
His incompetencies.
Serious, right?
We'll see. I mean, we'll see if he can right the ship. I doubt it. But I think that they're a very competent team. They lost Marquise Lee. Really bad knee injury.
But they're deep at receiving.
But they're pretty deep.
Leonard Fournette can run the ball.
Leonard Fournette. Keelan Cole, I think, is a guy that's going to have a breakout year. He kind of already did in fantasy circles last year.
They picked up a nice guard.
Andrew Whitworth.
Yeah.
No, excuse me.
Yeah. From
Andrew Norwood.
Yeah, correct.
There we go. Different white offensive lineman.
I think he was the best offensive lineman on the market.
I'm going to say this. I don't like Jamin Ramsey talking all this smack.
I love it.
No,
I'm enjoying it. I'm being entertained by it.
Backs it up.
If he was whack, because he can back it up. If he was
saying the only guy I've been able to see talk this much smack and back it up is Sanders, dude. Fucking Deion Sanders. That's it.
He might be this generation's Deion Sanders.
I don't know about that. That's a huge thing to live up to.
He's sick. He shuts down everyone.
Yeah, he is sick. Like,
he's a very good cornerback.
He's the best defensive back in the entire league.
Yeah, he's in the running for Defensive Player of the Year as well.
Yeah, I mean, Patrick Peterson has held that title for a long time, but I think that title is now Jalen Ramsey because Jalen Ramsey could literally play any position in the defensive secondary.
I think somehow, some way, this is going to come back and bite him in the ass. Like I said, if they lose a couple games, he's like, we're not giving up any touchdowns this year. Like, whoa. All these quarterbacks are trash. Everybody's just garbage. It's like, whoa, dude. Like,
that's part of it, but they have so much talent on defense. Calais Campbell, Malik Jackson.
Yeah, I think it's the best defensive in the league.
Miles Jack.
The best defense in the league.
They have leadership on that team. Like it's not like
they're sick defense.
It's not like they're gonna lose their cool over a couple losses.
They're dope at every level.
Their
defensive line is sick as fuck. Their linebackers are dope.
Did you see Blake Bortles throwing some stupid interception, and you see on the sideline Jalen Ramsey getting his face, and all of a sudden,
I could see it.
We're watching this on ESPN all week, like.
Dude, if the fucking Jaguars were smart, they would have made the move the Saints did, and they would have traded for Teddy Bridgewater, who fucking could maybe come in and be their starting quarterback.
Minnesota really liked him. It was time to give up. It was because they didn't like his talent, and it was just time to move on.
He would have signed a much bigger contract if everybody knew how healthy he was. And when he got to preseason and balled out, everybody was like, "Oh shit!" That's why they got a third-round draft pick for him. You know what I'm saying? And like the Jaguars would have been wise to spend a third-round draft pick on a quarterback who's better than the quarterback that they have currently.
No, it's funny because that's got to be such a bold move, a franchise move. Like nobody makes that move. Nobody goes that far in the playoffs, and then like this late into the season, say we're switching quarterbacks like that. I think it's the boldest move I've seen a franchise make. What, like 2-3 weeks into the preseason?
Yeah,
that'd been tough. Like just to come learn that, maybe to sit on the sideline.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that he would have come in immediately and started. But if Blake Bortles shits the bed again, Like, you would love to have someone behind him who can play quarterback in that.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is their backup quarterback? Like Matt Moore or some shit like that? They have Chad Henne, I think. They have a nobody backup. Dude, Blake Bortles sucks dick. He's terrible. He fucking sucks. He fucking sucks. And they were just a couple of good quarterback plays from making the Super Bowl last year.
That was a tight game with the Patriots. It wasn't no blowout, that's for sure.
You plug Teddy Bridgewater into that team, and they become the favorites in the AFC to go to the Super
The
Bowl.
offense, if it was a little more dynamic, it would be a game changer.
How many wins,
But
Ty?
I'm gonna say.
Tenants?
I'm waiting for it.
I'm gonna say they go 11-5.
Ah, bold.
What'd they do last year?
They were
Yeah.
10-6 last
They
year.
were 10-6.
All right.
You know,
Lagunitas P break for Welty. You guys take over.
I don't know what the fuck
You know,
that
I
is.
think Houston is like so volatile. They could be like a super special team and have like the best possible outcome. But I gotta see it. You know, I love Deshaun Watson. I hope he comes back to form.
And that's another thing, the knee injuries.
Yeah,
His
man.
second knee injury, because he had one in college.
Second knee injury.
Yeah.
You know, we'll see how it goes.
Same reason-
Does he run the same way that he used to?
Is he going to be shook? Because sometimes these guys get these injuries and they
Shook one?
get shook.
I don't think he is. I think
Yeah.
he's better than that.
Hey, Ted.
Oh,
I
we
need
got the
all
mascot.
Teds.
We got the mascot of the show. Little Teddy.
Ted Dolla Sign's here.
Ted Dolla sign. Coming off the top row.
Yeah, you know, I just like the Jaguars' defense so much. That
That defense is going to carry them, man.
I think they'll repeat at 10-6. I think it'll be the same record. You know, I remember that Jaguars-Chargers game that Welty made me watch, and it was fucking.
That was tough.
It was some terrible football.
Yeah.
On both sides.
Tough.
So like they're a good team, but they've also they have the potential to play extremely poorly. So, you know, I like the Jags in the division, but they were fucking just. They were on the. You don't get any closer to the Super Bowl without going than
No.
they were. You don't get any closer.
You know, that was on coaching too. You know, they didn't trust Blake Bortles.
And you don't think if they plugged don't you think they should have traded for Bridgewater?
Well, maybe they could have like trusted Blake Bortles more. Maybe they
Kinda
could have
do
just
it.
been like, hey, you know, like let make some throws.
Yeah.
Get some first downs.
Open the offense up a little more.
Yeah.
Have him throw, but when he throws the ball, it looks just terrible.
It doesn't look great.
It doesn't get where it's supposed to go, and hey, we put him out here.
Come on, Ted.
Hey, Ted, get out of here. Get
Hot
out,
take
Ted.
by 10.
Ted, go.
There goes our effing football lab.
Oh.
Just move fast, Welty. Fuck.
Dog moves fast than I do.
So yeah, I like the Jags too. I got them at 10-6.
Okay.
I just like it's tough. You know, the Texans, they're always in the playoffs, you know, every year, and they don't seem to ever do anything with it. Deshaun Watson should be the thing that changes that, but I gotta see it. I like the Jags D too much, and plus their defense plays good. And that's gotta be my pick for the division.
So we're heading north now?
What do you want to talk about the dog? We see him for every division to talk about the dog shit teams in there too. We didn't do that for the. What we did.
I mean, all right, well, Andrew Luck is going to come back and
That's
do
the
decent.
oof.
That's
Big
a wild
question.
card in the whole division.
What do you think? What's the answer?
No.
I say no too. You don't miss 2 years of football with a shoulder injury as a quarterback and be the same player.
I don't think the Colts are very good. They don't have a good roster around him.
I think maybe later in the year when Andrew Luck really starts getting his groove back, they'll be a good team, but I don't think that they're going to be able to win enough games until that kicks in for them to
Yeah.
be relevant down the stretch. So
Titans are going to be mediocre.
Titans will be mediocre. They won a playoff game last year
Yeah,
under Mike Mularkey. Who's their new head coach?
Mike Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel. They might be better. The Titans might be an underrated team to look out for.
New
And
offensive coordinator, Matt LaFleur.
if and he's out of
I forgot.
New England, isn't he? Wasn't he an assistant there? Or am I wrong?
I don't know.
I thought because I know they got a
I
pair
don't know.
of New England coaches. I think
I, don't know.
LaFleur's
I think
out
the
of-
running backs are better. I think they're the
Yeah,
receivers.
I like the
Yeah.
Deion Lewis edition.
The
Yeah.
receivers they drafted last year, Corey Davis, I think he's going to be better this year, so that should be a more
I
legitimate
still think they're
weapon.
going to be a middle of the road team.
Yeah, you don't see them standing out. I mean, unless
I mean, nobody saw him standing out last
They
year.
had a lot of
Mariota-
help last year.
Mariota threw more interceptions than touchdowns, and they made the playoffs and won a playoff
They had a
game
lot of help.
against a much better team.
Chargers should have been in their place.
they were in a
Well,
trash division.
If you're supposed to be in the playoffs, then win enough games. You know, just make it happen. And they
Trash-
got it. They got in
trash
there
division.
somehow over the Chargers. Chargers, who everybody is picking as like a division winner this year.
We'll get to them.
You know, we'll get to them.
AFC North.
You know, actually, it's getting kind of late. Let's
We're gonna wrap
it up. Yeah, well, all right, fuck this division. We're gonna go straight up to the fucking,
up to the north side.
Up to the north side, dog.
AFC North. Here we go. This is the dirtiest, nastiest, meanest
one,
division in football.
I haven't been leading any divisions, and
you go first.
I got a hot take, man.
Whoa.
Cleveland, man. I like them a lot.
Oh my god.
All right.
They're going to finish 4th in this division. So, actually, I think the Bengals have finished last in the division.
The Bengals.
I don't know. That's tough, man. That's tough. Little battle for last. I got to go with the Steelers. There's so much love being tossed to the fucking Ravens. Like, I just don't see it. Joe Flacco sucks.
They got a great defense. They really do. But
Marcus Jackson's not there yet.
It's just their defense would have to save them, and you would think that Joe Flacco is not going to be as bad as he was.
Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, Ben Roethlisberger, Juju Smith-Schuster. Like, that is some fucking elite talent right there, man.
Yeah.
That's some high-end shit. That's the type of shit where you go to the dispensary and you buy that shit and you go home.
Gorilla Glue.
And you smoke it, and then you fucking fall asleep. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You're
that's
dead.
some high-end. That's some fire.
Antonio Brown is the Gorilla Glue.
Yeah.
And then Le'Veon Bell is Blue Dream.
Blue Dream, and then
Juju Smith-Schuster is
Sour
Maui.
Diesel. I would say
Sour Diesel.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
We're pretty Californian here, gotta say.
Hey,
Ben Roethlisberger.
We buy the stuff at the store, guys.
Don't do weed, kids.
Ben Roethlisberger, what? White Widow.
White Widow, I like that.
Yeah.
And who's cat piss? When I was in high school, we had this strain in Northern California called cat piss because it smelled like cat piss and it was fire. It was it was like some of the firiest shit you could get your hands on.
Cat piss.
That's how you sold it, huh?
Yeah, cat piss. Like if you could get your hands on some cat piss, it was a big deal.
Who is cat piss on the Steelers?
Boswell.
Hines Ward.
Hines Ward. The bus, man. Jerome Bettis.
Bus.
Levon Kirkland.
Cordell Stewart.
Cordell Stewart, nice. He's Capis because he was dope as fuck.
Bill Cowher.
Yeah, Bill Cowher. It's a historic franchise. I gotta take the
Neil
Steelers.
O'Donnell.
I gotta take the Steelers. For all the above reasons, I think Antonio Brown will have another elite season. He puts up like Jerry Rice-like numbers, which is unheard of. Le'Veon Bell has a lot to prove because he's looking for a new contract. So he started last season kind of slow in the first 3 games after holding out all offseason. The same sort of thing will probably happen this year again. But overall, the track record for the season will be very good. I love Juju Smith-Schuster. I really like that player. I think the Steelers are. I think they're gonna go 10-6.
You're not joking.
I'm not joking. I think they're gonna go 10-6 and take that division.
Well, really the division goes down to Ben Roethlisberger's health. That's really what it is. If he plays 13 games, how can you see the Steelers not winning? It's just, there's no way. All the reasons he just listed, all their weapons are deadly. I guess the only thing really to say is what are the Browns going to do? Are they going to make it interesting at least? I think they're number 2 in the division, no joke. I think the pass rush is decent. They've improved the secondary. The offense is clearly going to be better.
You said you think the Browns are number 2 in the division?
Yeah, straight up.
No fucking way, dude.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
I have zero faith in the Bengals.
There's a lot of hype. The Ravens will finish better than the Browns do. The Browns will do better than 1 win in the last 32 games. But
I think you got a lot of players that love playing football that got a lot to prove on the Browns. I don't think that's been the case on the Browns in a long time. I think a lot of people went to the Browns either they were drafted and just knew they were going to be crap, or signed a fat contract and just rested on their laurels. And I don't think that's what this team is anymore. There's a character change. There's a whole turnover. I'm not saying they're Super Bowl champions, but this is not. I don't know. This is not the Browns of 5 years ago. 2 years ago.
If 6 wins is good enough for number 2 in the division, then they'll be number 2 in the division because they're going to win 6 games. It's their ceiling.
I'm going to say 8 games is their ceiling. Tyrod Taylor went to the playoffs last year, right? And they even benched him.
I love Tyrod Taylor.
You love Jerron Landry, right?
I love Jerron Landry. I like their pieces.
I'm
I
going to
think they're
say,
good
like,
enough to
Carlos
win.
Hyde is serviceable. I think their pass rush is decent.
Well, they
I think they drafted a cornerback.
They
that
drafted a
helps.
running back too, Nick Chubb.
Chubb is good at the backfield. Like I said, everything is improved.
You know who
and
they didn't draft?
They were in a lot of close games last year. They weren't just getting blown out every single week. They were losing in the last
That's
5
why
minutes
they'll
of
win
fourth
6
quarters.
instead of 1.
But the ceiling is 8. That's what I'm going to say. Their ceiling is 8.
the
I think they're
ceiling is
number
6
2.
for that front.
I don't have a lot of faith in those other two teams. I really don't. Andy Dalton, no.
Well, you got to look. Well, you got to take like experts' accounts into opinion, and the Ravens are like I've seen.
I love their
I've seen
defense. I hate
projections
their
of the
offense.
Ravens winning the division. So there's no way you can.
Weed is legal now, so just remember that.
You
People are
just
high
can't
all the
in
time.
California. You just can't place. I don't think you can place the Browns over the Ravens. I don't think it'll be a debate. I think it'll be close between the Ravens or the Bengals and the Browns on who finishes at the bottom of the division. That's my opinion. I don't know. I think the Browns don't win more than 6 games. Like I just don't see it.
Browns at 8. A lot of the division close to 8-8.
See, that's what I'm talking about. All right. Well, yeah, that's a boring ass division. Fucking hate that.
Hey, no, that's the one of the brutalest, dirtiest, meanest divisions in football.
All we did was talk shit about every team except for the Steelers.
I give the Browns some love. Not joking.
Yeah, you're just buying a fucking hype train that's not going to 8 wins. Sorry, man.
Better than they've been.
And I'm a big fan. Like, I'm a big Tyrod Taylor fan. I'm a big Jarvis Landry fan. Like, I love those two guys.
Then they've never had each other. This is a bromance.
Hey, I
They've had-
drafted Jarvis Brown.
Yeah.
I drafted Jarvis Landry for a reason.
Best quarterback that Jarvis Landry's ever
Ever
had.
played with, yeah.
Best wide receiver that
But Jarvis-
Tyrod Taylor's ever played
Jarvis
with.
Landry can catch 100. Josh Gordon's the X factor on that roster. Jarvis Landry can catch 100.
Njoku's
He
serviceable.
caught 112 balls and had less than 1,000 yards. I love Jarvis Landry, and in our PPR league, he'll be very effective for me. He catches a ton of. I think he had like 70 first downs. He might have led the league in first downs, which is great. Those will score me points, but you know, it's not going to win the Browns games.
Keenan Allen led the
You know?
league in first downs, if you're wondering.
With how many?
I don't know the number, but they led the
If you
league.
don't know that, all right. If you don't know the number, then how do you know?
Because I see a ranking. I don't look at the number, I just want to know who's the best.
Well, Jarvis Landry was, and I'm sure Antonio Brown's in that conversation. I'm sure Jarvis Landry was definitively within the top 5, no doubt about it. But I'm tired of talking about this fucking division. Let's move on to the AFC West.
Ah, da da.
Da 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 da. Welcome.
You were about to start Welcome to Jurassic Park? Is that where that was going?
Which dinosaur do I buy the cocaine from?
Oh! Are you ready for some football? Alright, let's go.
So this will be pretty easy for anybody who's watched our podcast even for 1 minute, one time to know who we will be predicting as the division winner in this division.
Please tell us why the Raiders are going to win.
You guys can start, man. I'm back here. I'm chilling.
I'm gonna say the Bolts go 14-2.
Oh, let's be realistic.
I am. Oh, I am.
Oh man,
Absolute fucking
that is as homer.
14-2.
That's as homer as it gets.
14-2 is like
You guys are going from no playoff team to 14-2. What was the big change that gets you to 14-2, dude?
They aren't moving cities and they aren't changing coaches this year.
Just
They moved
having
cities
the
last
same
year.
shit. You know, I like the safety you drafted, but just being the same team is
Their
going to
players,
get you to 14-2.
the players were moving from San Diego to LA during the off season. Couldn't find homes.
The
Yeah,
fucking
so of course they started slow.
So that really stopped the Rams real bad last year.
They didn't move last year. They moved the year before and they were effing terrible. So yeah, it makes a
Yeah,
difference.
they had an extra year.
Were they in LA the year before?
Yes, they were. They got a year head start. Get your
Yeah,
facts
for sure.
straight.
Whatever.
Anyways,
I
and
don't
the
give
new
a
head
fuck about
coach.
those whack ass LA teams.
This is the year. Go ahead, Dolla.
I know who the number 1 team in LA is.
This is the year.
the
Everything
most
is
popular team.
everything is lined up. It feels a lot like the 2006 team in a lot of ways. Just the positions are loaded with stars, Pro Bowlers.
How many bowlers do you guys have? I'm not sure.
Oh, at least like 6.
Did you have 6 Pro Bowlers? Can you name them?
Casey
Please.
Hayward,
Joey
Phillip
Bosa,
Rivers, Joey Bosa.
Melvin Ingram, Melvin
How many of
Gordon,
these were
Keenan
replacements?
Well,
What do you mean replacement?
Bosa didn't
Well, you get to
go-
the second and the third, you know, like
I don't know. I don't know what second.
lot of
I don't
them.
know second team, first
I know
team.
Bosa didn't go. on his
They're
own
Pro
terms.
Bowl talents.
half of the like voted rosters don't show up in the first place. So,
I'm
like,
gonna say
Pro
this:
Bowl
if
is
you
like-
want to go through top 10,
Talent is loaded at the most important positions: quarterback, pass rusher, cornerback. We have all of those, plus an extra elite pass rusher, plus
extra.
we have
Melvin
two.
Ingram.
It's
Oh,
debatable
he's
who's
not an
better.
elite pass rusher.
It's
What are you
debatable.
talking about?
He's a good pass rusher. He's not an elite pass rusher.
He's elite, dude.
What is his career sacks? What is he averaging sacks per season?
Sacks
Is it
per
double
game.
digits?
Sacks per game. I will say he is. Up
He had,
there.
he had
What
10
is
and a half
that per
sacks
game
last year.
Because injuries?
Yeah, I think he missed a year.
Why?
He
Answer
had
me
10
this.
and a
man.
half sacks last
you
year.
can jerk off all day about having almost the same roster as last year and somehow not making the playoffs and going 14-2. Like,
Kicker, man. If we
Why-
had a decent
you
kicker,
guys-
we win the division.
who's
A
your
decent,
kicker this year?
Yeah, well, Caleb Sturgis and then Raul.
Robert Aguayo.
Aguayo.
That is the downfall. I mean, that's the Achilles heel. That's a potential one.
So
But
the team that sucks at kicking signed Roberto Aguayo.
that's the potential downfall.
The
of
worst
team.
kicker in the league last year.
What year was he drafted? Or what round? Third round or something?
Second.
Dog.
round. There it is.
He was the worst. He was the worst kicker in the league last year.
He grew up.
The team
He grew up. He got used to NFL.
It's like pitching, dog. It's all confidence, and that guy is shook, and he'll never come back.
He's coming back.
No, dude.
Better than ever.
Why didn't you guys make the playoffs last year? How are we going to go 14?
Because the Jaguars lost on purpose because they were scared to play the Chargers. They didn't want to playoffs.
If you're a playoff
So
team,
the team literally lost on purpose because they were scared of our team. That's, I don't know how else you put it. There's no way the Titans beat the Jaguars.
but you played
week
the
17
Jaguars and fucking lost to them, bro.
Because
So
I missed field goal.
Why are you-
Missed field goal. I
Then
missed field goal.
Score a fucking touchdown, dog. You guys are
It was
acting
all
like
field goals.
it's Chargers.
You're acting like
It's
the
always-
Jaguars
it's always
dominated
one thing.
us. They
It's
act like
always
they
one
dominated
thing.
us.
No, you guys both played complete garbage football for several quarters. It was. I
We
wanted
started-
to throw up watching.
we started
it was
off
terrible.
The team that you
It
chose
was
to
the
win
worst
the division.
It was the worst game. Yeah, and I noted maybe when you were taking an Effin football pee break that was the worst game I saw the entire season last year. It was garbage.
You
football.
watched like 7 minutes of that game.
No, we watched fucking from the third to overtime.
Okay,
I
you got
remember because I
15.
pulled you out of territory. You're welcome, dog. We
Here's
were
the
both
thing.
on the
Here's
same
the
level
thing.
at that point.
We're loaded on talent. The division is not going to be good. All right?
I don't know, man. That's your
The
opinion.
Raiders are going to implode. John Gruden's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, you hate the Raiders, so like that's what you're gonna say.
He's
dude.
an idiot.
Why don't you look at it
He's-
realistically?
He's an idiot for not
He's a
getting this.
Super Bowl winning coach.
Yeah,
How
12 years ago, dude.
Yeah,
Come
great.
on, man.
Whatever. You know, all these fucking
Blowing this with Khalil Mack
All
is going to
these-
be his downfall. Straight up.
all these coaches you guys laud come from his fucking coaching tree.
So
Dog.
what?
So what? So they use his philosophy.
Bill Walsh.
They
you
move
wrong?
on. They all make their own philosophy.
Bill Walsh
dude.
is it's all like Bill Walsh's fault. You know,
Bill Walsh
it all
is
comes
dead.
from a tree. It all comes from
That
a tree.
doesn't always mean that
And
the person at the top of the tree is
Gruden's
going to
offense
feed the
wasn't Bill
bottom of the
Walsh's
tree.
offense. It was inspired by Bill Walsh's offense. And Sean McVay's offense, the best offense in the league last year,
He got
is
from Gruden.
It's
I get
inspired
it.
by Gruden's
I get
offense.
it.
Gruden
So
doesn't
he's
know how to
an
deal with
idiot.
millennials.
So,
okay?
like, maybe
he doesn't understand the
maybe
millennial
he's struggling- maybe
generation
he's struggling-
that's coming in.
Maybe he's
He's
struggling-
old school. He's too old school. That's where John Gruden's at, and that's where he's blowing up Khalil Mack.
Yeah, you don't fucking know. Like, have you
Exactly.
seen the team play? How do you know that, dude?
You're gonna learn on Sunday.
How do you know?
You're gonna learn on
How do you
Sunday.
know, bro?
You gotta learn on
What do
Sunday.
you know? You know nothing about them. What I know
It's
several.
gonna happen
I've never seen
guaranteed.
anything, I know several things about the Chargers.
You haven't seen him play.
They're the
You
most-
haven't seen him play.
But I know
You
what
haven't seen him
I know what
play.
happens every year, dog. They get injured. They're the most injury-prone team in the entire league, and that's why you miss the playoffs again. They missed the playoffs last year with the same roster that you're talking about this season. Mike Pouncey they added. They got a really good safety in Derwin James.
Mike
But they
Williams
didn't-
is back.
Mike Williams
They are
is back.
better.
That's a
They
big.
are
That's
better.
an addition.
They are better.
Better
They're
than
now
14
one
and
full
2.
year
What's
settled in
your
Los
number? Are you
Angeles.
14? Are you 16 and 0?
I'm back in
16
12
and
games.
0, 19 and 0.
I'm back in 12 games. I'm back in 12 games. Straight up. Like, they got so many playmakers where it's ridiculous. They're finally settled in the city. Like, I think there's something about this team right now. It's like
Broncos are going to suck.
Yeah, the Broncos
Yeah.
are going to suck dick. I don't think the Chiefs are going to suck
Chiefs
at
are
all.
going to suck.
I think the Chiefs will be right up there at the
Mahomes-
top of the division.
Mahomes.
I'm really.
Did you
Mahomes-
ever watch the clip of the Mahomes Tyreek Hill touchdown?
It doesn't
in the
matter,
preseason?
dude.
Oh yeah, it does.
No,
So,
it
yeah,
doesn't.
having a quarterback who can throw matters a lot.
I drafted Patrick Mahomes in the second to last round because I am super intrigued by this guy. Not
Yes.
gonna joke. Like he could be.
fall on his ass.
He could be the next Deshaun Watson from. He could be this year's Deshaun
It's
Watson.
an Andy,
Essentially,
it's an Andy Reid
He can-
offense who
yeah.
comes from the same
Tyreek's
coaching.
gonna get
He
after
comes
his ass,
from the
week
same
one.
coaching family as John
and like
Gruden.
you said,
by
like,
the
you
way,
don't let a franchise quarterback go. Like you don't really say that. They let Alex Smith go because they
Well,
had this guy.
well,
And
yeah.
that's
Well, you
like-
never
that's
had the
something-
luxury to. You're right.
That's
But they
not-
had this guy, so it was a luxury.
Yeah, and so I really think
Yeah.
there's something there. I think that's really curious, but I really think the Chargers are a superior team. And being able to play the Chiefs week 1 is huge because Patrick Mahomes is going to have no experience. He's going to have to go against these pass rushers, against this
Gonna
defense,
get after his ass.
and he's going to be on the road. So I really think that's going to be tough for them. It's just going to get them in a hole in that
Yeah.
division. I think he's going to figure it out later in the season, and he's going to be dangerous. I'll probably hold on to him, even if he's poor in the first few games, to be honest, in my league at least. But
Yeah.
other than that, the Chargers, I don't see why you could bet against them, other than the field goal kicking. That's it. I don't feel like they've made a huge improvement,
Yeah.
but
Whatever.
I drafted like
Yeah.
5 Chargers on my team, so I'm all in. I am
I know you
clearly
are.
all in.
I think
14-2.
you guys are falling in the same sort of hypnosis that I got caught in last year when everybody was picking the Raiders to go to the Super Bowl and all this sort of shit. Like, you know,
Change offensive coordinators.
You
We
got-
didn't do that.
We didn't do that.
that's true. Yeah, you do have continuity going for you. You know, same training staff too. You know, you
Improvement
guys have
at
already
this-
lost several players, several key players. And who's going to play tight end, by the way? Have you guys figured out that position yet?
Virgil Green.
The games start next week.
Virgil Green is number 1.
Yeah.
All right. I do like the Pouncey edition. Like I just
Pouncey's
don't-
gonna make that whole
I-
entire offensive line better. It's not just saying, oh, the center position's gonna play
5
better.
guys.
5 guys are gonna play
And he
better.
could get injured too, bro. He's playing for your team.
Hey,
I don't know. It's
Everybody
an-
can
it's
be
an
injured.
injury-prone-
Every single
It's an
person can be
injury-prone
injured.
team that always seems to come up short. You know, I'll just go with a track record on this one. You know,
So you're saying the only hope is if our team gets hurt. That's really what your game is really dependent on. It's your season. It's Chargers
your
getting
best
hurt.
your best ability is your availability. Like Greg Oden would have been a fucking great player in the NBA if he could play in the NBA, if he could play basketball, if he could play. Yeah, dude. I'm saying your team gets injured, and it's well known. You know it. Everybody knows your team is the most injured team in the league.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's year after year. So this isn't some sort of fucking hot take. It's just is what it is. Either you
Okay.
draft injury-prone players, or you have a terrible training staff. You have offensive linemen who get concussions during practice somehow, like multiple. It's just
Gotta go
weird.
hard at practice.
And maybe it's a curse, man. Maybe it's bad luck.
Who do you
knows?
think's gonna win?
I have a caveat on mine.
Alright.
Because I want to say the Raiders, but if tomorrow I wake up and John Gruden's traded Khalil Mack, like, I'm not going to put him in this position. So if Khalil Mack is on our roster starting day 1, then, you know, I'll give us the division in a very close division. And I think that the Raiders and Chargers will have the same or similar records. 10-6. I think it's going to be a 10-6, 9-7, 8-8 type of division. I think the Chiefs will be right there in the mix. The Chiefs win the division. They've won the division like 3 years in a row. If Khalil Mack's not on our roster, I'm picking the Chiefs. And in that scenario, I would pick the Chargers as a wild card. And I would say the Raiders would win like 6
Assuming
games.
everybody's healthy and everybody plays, Chargers get 3rd place in the division.
That's a biggest. Under that scenario, yeah, but in a close, like, it could be like 9-7, 9-7, and 9-7, dog. Like, I picture this to be the like amongst the closest races in all divisions.
It usually is, anyways.
Yeah, it always is. You know, I don't see any fucking 11, 12, 15 win team coming out of the division. I think it's going to be like every year where there'll be like a 10-6 and a 9-7 and an 8-8, or 2 9-7s and an 8-8. I think it's going to be extremely close. You know, unless if the Raiders trade Khalil Mack, we're not going to compete. You know, it's the best.
Not
player
on the
the
level
team.
you need to.
We won't make the
He's the
playoffs.
game changer. He can.
We won't
really-
make the playoffs, dude.
if we have them on the roster, like the offense will be good enough for us. Don't lie, and you know the
You
offense.
should tweet John Gruden.
You know the offense is going to
You
be
should
good.
send him a tweet.
Like we're going to have a good offense. We're going to have an explosive offense. The defense is what's suspect.
Explosive.
Whatever, dude. So watch, dude. Watch the games, man. Watch the games. The offense will be good.
Good, yes, explosive.
We got to hope the defensive coordinator comes
Okay.
through. So here's my real prediction, because I'm assuming, I'm hoping like these Charger homers, are hoping for no injuries. I'm hoping Khalil Mack's on the roster. If he's on roster day one, I think that, I think the Raiders win the division with a record of like 9-7. And I think they tie with the Chargers.
Wow.
Yeah. And the Chargers would be one of my
Reminds me of my favorite Bon Jovi song.
The Chargers would be one of
Living
my
on a
wild
Prayer.
cards. Or let me say 10-6, because I think both get in. I think both get in.
So
One
we're
gets
going wild cards now?
One-
Who's
one
our
gets
wild
in-
card from every
Yeah,
division?
let's rank them, man. What is your ranking?
Alright, so I gotta go Houston Texans 1, Chargers 2. We'll go Patriots 3. We're gonna go.
Patriots 3.
Okay. They're gonna tie with the Chargers.
When was the last time that happened? Ty?
Can't remember.
Can't remember. They haven't been a 3 seed in a decade, probably.
I'm making this shit interesting right now.
Uh-huh.
Alright, what do I have number 4?
We'll be able to watch this in the future.
I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I'm excited because we all have this on record. Alright, so we're going with number 4. So AFC East is New England. That's going to be number 3. We're going to go AFC North. We went with the Steelers. They're going to be 4. Chargers 2. We went Houston number 1. Wild card.
Do you want to look?
Do you want to look?
Yeah, will you just go from
Do
the
you wanna
top?
look?
Quit saying 1, 6, 5, 4. Like, are you calling the lottery right now, bro?
Jags 5. Upset. Browns are going to the playoffs at 6. They sneak in. They sneak in.
You're an idiot.
Ooh.
My God.
My God.
What was this other retarded pick?
Cardinals.
Man, you are in for a bad year. This is like a bad omen for your Chargers, Dolla sign. This guy drafted a bad fantasy football team. He's making terrible division predictions. Like, I don't know, man. I don't buy it. I don't buy this guy's football.
Number 1 seed.
It was right here.
Chargers.
You got the Chargers at number 1 seed.
Number
Oh yeah,
one
because you
seed.
have them at
14-2.
14-2. I love that you're all in, man. I don't
Number
hate
2?
the fact that you guys love your team. Like, I don't hate that.
Number
I
2,
just think it's dumb.
Patriots. Number 3, I'm going to say Steelers. Number 4, Jacksonville. And the 2 wildcard teams, I'm going to say the Bengals at 5.
The Bengals.
The Bengals. Yeah. Look
Surprising.
out. Watch out. And the Texans at 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never thought in a million years that someone was
Bengals.
going to put the Bengals in the playoffs this season.
You'll see.
But, they made the playoffs for 5 years in a row before last season.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's,
Exactly.
I don't know.
Andy Dalton's last year starting,
The Red Rifle.
whatever it was.
You know who the perfect tight end for the Chargers would be if they made a trade?
Gronk?
Tyler Eifert.
Yeah, he gets concussed every.
The most injury-prone tight end in the league
Every 3.5
would fit
plays.
perfectly on your roster. Because you guys could talk about him before the league starts, just like, man, plus we got Eifert.
I would never say that. I would never say that.
I don't know, man. You said some really dumb shit tonight. I'll go with... I'll be straight up, man. The Cardinals,
Living on the prayer,
That's
man.
tough.
Yeah, he was like, get your sleepers in there. It's like, no, we're picking the divisions, bro.
Every single year, there's sleepers that come in there. So you know what? I found mine.
I like your strategy. Go with what's not, predictable. Because every year there's a turnover of 6 teams.
Thank you.
Playoffs. It's true.
Thank you.
It's true. But what teams are they going to be? You got to go with the tried and
Do
true.
you think Jacksonville, 1 year from today, did you say Jacksonville is really going to do well? They're going to push the Patriots to get...
for years in the preseason, Jacksonville's been getting hype. And I've understood the hype because they've drafted well and they've done good free agent acquisitions. I knew they were going to break through at some point. I didn't predict them to be a dope team last year. And I don't think that they're that dope a team. I just think the AFC is not as competitive as the NFC. And they're good they're good for an AFC team. Number 1, I'm going to put New England. Number 2, I'm going to put Pittsburgh. Number 3, I'm going to put Jacksonville. Number 4, I'm going to put Oakland. Number 5, I'm going to put LAC.
There it is, yeah!
I got you guys making the playoffs.
Thanks
You
for
know,
looking
I
out.
got you guys making the playoffs for sure. You'll beat out the Chiefs in like a fucking tiebreaker. It'll be very close. And then I got the Texans. You know, the Texans got to be in there. Number 6. I think they'll have the same record. I think the Raiders and Chargers and Texans, I think they'll all rock the same record. Yeah. Whether it's 9-7 or 10-6.
Where's the bold move? Where's the...
Putting
the
Oakland in the
pick?
playoffs is a pretty bold move.
I agree.
I agree as well. There you go. There you go. And that's the Effin Football Podcast.
Well,
episode.
let's run it down, man, real fast, man.
We just ran it down.
We don't got to talk about it, but who's
What
your
do-
who's your MVP pick? No? I thought you guys were football guys.
Deshaun Watson.
Sean Watt, I like that. That was fun.
Yeah, I know.
This guy's running just like
I'm
fucking
here to have a good time.
marathons to find hot takes. Ty, you don't got one off the top of your head?
Todd Gurley.
I like that. Right, it's very hard for running backs.
It's very hard, but I think he's going to be back.
Plus, it's difficult.
Yep.
I'm taking Aaron Rodgers for my MVP. What about Offensive Player of the Year?
David Johnson.
I like that. I'm good. I'm running Ezekiel Elliott.
Le'Veon Bell.
Boom, all running backs. Defense Player of the Year? I know what you guys are going to say.
Aaron Darnold. That's
Oh, surprise.
Joey Bosa's going to split all the sacks, honestly. There's 2 dominant pass rushers. He would get more on another team, but
I think Bosa's going to have more. I'm going to go with Bosa.
I'm going to rock...
I think Bosa's going to approach 20 sacks.
I think I'm going to run with Aaron Donald. If I knew Khalil Mack for sure was going to be on our roster with, Bruce Irvin on the other side, I'd be comfortable doing it. And the interior pass rushers that we drafted, but I'm going to rock with Aaron Donald because him and Khalil Mack have been easily the 2 best. I could see a resurgence out of Von Miller. He's always in the conversation. But over the last 2 years, the most dominant players has been those 2, and I know what Donald's doing and who's around him. So I'm going to go Donald.
How about Rookie of the Year?
Offensive Rookie of the Year? We're not going to do a defensive Rookie of the Year, let's be real.
Derwin James, Defensive Rookie of the Year.
James D. Roy.
Okay, Minka Fitzpatrick, Defensive Player of the Year. Who's the
Dolphins.
Offensive Player of the Year?
Saquon Barkley.
That's a very strong pick.
That's
all
really-
those quarterbacks. This is a good one.
I'm going to go Sam Darnold. I feel like just because he's in New York, he's going to get extra love.
All right, I'm going to go off the cuff right here, and I'm going to go with the team that you like a lot that I don't like as much, with a quarterback that I like a lot, but I think that there's going to be some shit going on. I think the Browns are going to lose games early. I think Tyrod Taylor will get unjustifiably benched again, like he always does. I think Baker Mayfield will come in and do enough flashy shit. We had him ranked as our... Was it me and you or me and Ty?
Yeah, you and me had number 1.
I had him ranked as the number 1 quarterback in the draft coming out, and I really like his moxie. And I think he'll get enough playing time this year because I think the Browns will make a mistake in benching Tyrod because that seems to be... He's the type of guy that just gets shit on for no reason. Love Tyrod Taylor. I think he'll get benched, and then I think Hugh Jackson's fighting for his job right now. And he'll throw Baker out there, and I think Baker will do some flashy shit, put up enough numbers. It's close, though. Saquon Barkley's a really good pick, tough to battle. But I think
Safest pick.
it's the safest pick. I guess this would be my big stretch of the predictions. It depends on playing time. If Baker gets playing time, I think he wins.
Yeah, Sam Darnold just got named the starter, so he's going to play. And it's just Roby Anderson and all that. That works out.
Josh Allen's going to start from week 1, I'm pretty sure. And, Josh Rosen will probably play a tremendous amount. I think out of LaMarcus Jackson, I think most of the other 4 are going to get extended playing time.
Lamar Jackson, yeah. I mean, he's going to be sitting behind Joe for a minute. He's got to learn how to play NFL for a while.
He's not ready.
He's young Michael Vick. He's going to run around a lot. That's what you're going to get out of that guy.
He's not Michael Vick. I fucking hate when people say that shit. He's not the same person. Michael Vick is a once in a life. There's been nothing close to him, and nobody else is Michael Vick.
I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I heard it's not about you. I saw other analysts. Like I was watching a preseason game with the Ravens, and they were talking about him like he's Michael Vick, and now he's not Michael Vick. All right.
Either way, Super Bowl winner.
Oh yeah, we didn't. What do you think, Ty? What's the Super Bowl matchup?
You want to go matchup?
Yeah, don't just say winner, like conference champions. And then who wins, I guess, if you want to do it. That's what they always do in the predictions. Who's going to play in the Super Bowl?
Vikings, Chargers.
Chargers, Rams.
Chargers, Rams. Yeah, you fucking Chargers homers make this shit ridiculous.
Battle of LA.
Man, this is a tough one, dude. This is a tough one. I wish the Jaguars would have traded for Teddy Bridgewater. I'm gonna go. I don't think New England gets in again because they have to take a year off once in a while. I'm gonna go Pittsburgh, Green Bay in an old school matchup of the Super Bowl that was played not long ago. That would be my Super Bowl call. I think Big Ben's gonna have a good enough year with his elite talent around him. They'll make it, and I think Aaron Rodgers is an MVP player this season. So yeah. I mean, any parting words, guys, before we wrap up?
I'm just super excited for the beginning of the season. The Thursday night game is the Eagles versus the Falcons. I'm not particularly interested. I don't have a lot of stake in the game, but I'm just happy it's back.
How would you rank our fantasy drafts?
Dolla got the best draft in our league, I think.
I agree.
Yeah, rank all of us.
What am I supposed to, you and me? I think I did better than you. So what do you want to say?
So you
I'm
said
one.
Dolla. I don't think Dolla had a better draft than me. I think I'm 1, he's 2, and you're 3, motherfucker. And Yahoo Sports thinks you're 10.
Well, Yahoo just tripled some of my players' points in the last 3 days because they can't figure out what they like. So
Yeah, well,
good for them.
This guy knows where the offices of the Yahoo Fantasy Sports League is, and he just goes in there and jerks these guys off on their fucking on their break time, and then they
just so I can get better projections.
That's how it works.
I jerk off the projection.
It just gives you the projection. I don't know why you do that, dude. Seems like a lot of effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a shot in the dark.
I don't know. I like snow skiing.
Outside of that, man, holla at your boy. This is fucking Rory JC. We out here with Ty Dolla Sign.
Hope you had a good time, man.
Fucking Mr. Welty. And, man, let's get it. Da 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 da. Yeah, man. Epic Football Podcast, man. Check in. If you stumble across this, please subscribe to the YouTube and follow us on Twitter and, shout it out to your friends. How do you all?
Yeah. I'ma sip on this bug of my dog on. Dog on these niggas like I'm Waldo and
Bitch, I'ma stay with the juice till it's all gone. Ruthless.
bitch, I'm ruthless. This niggas talking crazy.